Do you know, it's interesting because, it was lovely as we went through this to see how many things correlated with how you've experienced your health over time. And as, we talked about in my interview, I got into this because this is what pointed me in the direction to solve my health problems, which incredibly were supplement based. So years of health issues, hospitalized, blood transfusions, restless leg syndrome, troubles breathing. And here it was in my DNA report. And it turns out I just needed some very good quality supplements. And so what I love is that it does give you the insight. It does point the direction. So let's take a quick look at yours here and see what we can see. So when people get the results, there is a summary report that goes through the 4 different areas, which are diet, fitness, health, and brain. And the main part we focus on is diet. So that's the key part of the report. And in each area, you get your results in green and red. And where it's green is where you have what we would consider standard or normal genes. And where it's red is where you've got variations. And so where you're 50% red or more, that's where you focus. You don't have to worry quite as much about the other stuff. Of course, we want to be healthy overall, but what we're trying to do is say, where are the areas that I might have some genetic variations that could impact my health, particularly over the long term, and particularly as we age. And so when we look at the first part of the report, it's about your macronutrients, your carbs, fats, and proteins, also a look at insulin, cholesterol, and stored body fats. So when we look at yours is pretty good. The areas that stand out are LDL cholesterol, and that's going to be a real important one we're going to talk about as we go through, dietary saturated fats, and protein need. And so when I look at this, I go, okay, for Sarah, you need to be a bit careful. You've got to be actually careful about the quality of the fats in your diets. You need to have quality food. You should not be on a fast food diet. That will shorten your lifespan. You're one of those people, it actually could shorten your lifespan if you have an unhealthy diet because of some genes we're going to take a look at in LDL cholesterol, which are related to, it's called the ApoE genes, related to amyloid plaquing in the cardiovascular system and in the brain. And so if you are eating foods that where we can't break that down, you're going to be in trouble. So in your case, we're looking at cholesterol, reducing potentially dietary saturated fat, and getting good quality protein on a regular basis throughout the day.
Wonderful. And intuitively, I have known even before I was into health that I loved protein, that I needed to eat more protein, and I felt good on it. And I also am very aware of when I'm eating the wrong foods, I do feel inflammation in my brain.
Right. And interesting because we're going to see how you have some inflammation markers and where it links into the brain. I just want to point out, though, that those were the 3 areas. And then there are immediately recommendations provided around what you can do to support that. And so we'll see for LDL cholesterol, being careful about the saturated fats that might be in your animal sources of protein. Really, the focus is eliminating trans fats, sugar. Get it out of your diet because it's really going to have a negative impact. Good soluble fiber, exercise is important, whole grains, fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil. So there's examples of what can you do to shift your diet as we go through all of these things. And I know these are many things that you are aware of and you focus on, but just want to point out to people that you get some instruction and direction based on the things that show up for you.